Hey friends, this is Pastor Ken Smith and you're watching Transforming Lives. Recently I was reading the Bible and it spoke about how our tongue is like a razor, very sharp. And I thought about something that happened years ago whenever I was going and getting the barber license in the state of North Carolina. I had to go to Raleigh, and you have a written test and then you also have a practical test. You have to do a haircut and you do a straight razor shave. And I was a little nervous about the shave part because I thought, well, even though I hadn't cut or nicked someone in the past, what would happen if that were to take place that day? I was, very nervous about that. Now, I had been trained, though, by the individual that was my barber instructor, had shown me exactly the procedure to take if that were to happen. If there were accidentally to be a cut, a nick on that customer's face, what would I do? And sure enough, it happened. The very first stroke, I'm going down with my straight razor, and there's just a small nick there on that person's face. And it started to bleed. Well, the good thing is I knew that even though that I had messed up, that I was able to follow the right procedures, and I did so, and at the end of that test, I passed with flying colors. Now, I asked the person, one of them that were walking around the room, and they were looking at all of the barbers that were in there. There's probably 40 or more barbers that were taking this test. I said, now I messed up. I cut them. I probably won't pass. And the lady said to me, she said, you will pass because you did the right thing. You took care of what you had done. You made it right. And that stood out in my mind. I made it right. And I think about this. How many times, maybe we're not cutting someone as a barber and we accidentally nick a customer, but how many of us have cut someone with our words? We've hurt them. We've damaged relationships because of what we have said. Our tongue like a razor. The difference in what can happen is if we walk away from them after we have cut them and we have damaged that relationship, if we walk away, what will happen? They will stay in that state. And it could be very deadly. Or what would take place if we allow the Holy Spirit, we know God is dwelling inside of us through His Holy Spirit, that we allow that to go and make it right. So even if we are guilty of cutting someone, we're guilty of hurting someone, that we make it right. And because we made it right, the one who is watching us, the great shepherd, the great I am, the one who is the Alpha and Omega, who is the King and the Lord of our life, that one will say, yes, you did wrong. Yes, you cut them with your tongue. Yes, what you did was offensive and hurtful, but you made it right. You passed the test because you made it right. So is there anyone right now that you're thinking about that you cut with your tongue, that you hurt this week? If you have, pray about it. Seek God and make it right. This is Pastor Ken Smith, thanking you for watching Transforming Lives.